So, here we are. Different day, same topic. Let's get into it. Who is Troy Reed?
They so caught up in my pride, but don't know what's inside. I've been down and I've been up, still ain't giving up.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, B. Octavia, and I'm back with another video. If you are new to my channel, my name is B. Octavia. I'm 22 years old, and I'm from Washington, D.C. And in today's video, I will be doing a reaction to Mr. Troy Reed. Yeah, today I will be reacting to Mr. Troy Reed's apology for the leaked footage of the Alpo documentary. Now, I already knew that this was coming, regardless if he's saying that it was leaked or it wasn't leaked or whatever the case is, or if he put it out himself. Regardless, I knew he was going to have some issues running around New York. For me, I knew he was going to have issues, not only because of the interview, but to me, it just seemed like he was being very biased, and like it's almost like he's fixated on it for the wrong reason, to exploit it. You know what I'm saying? So,
my name is Troy Reed, producer and director of about 7 to 10 documentaries that I did on different street legends across the country and different other like drug kingpins. First and foremost, I want to extend an apology to Richard Porter. Richard Porter's sister, Patricia Porter, Richard Porter's kids, his family, his friends, admirers, and anybody that supported Richard Porter.
Do you support Richard Porter?
The reason that I'm doing this video is for the mere simple fact that something was texted to me last week that was sitting on YouTube, which was a video of me doing the Alpo story, which was a raw cut of a small version of what I was doing with the Alpo story. It is something that in a million years I would never want to be seen.
And you wouldn't have to come out with an apology if you wouldn't have did it in the first place.
By the public in that form, by Richard Porter's family, friends, kids, sister, or anybody in that form. It is very distasteful and heartbreaking to them and to me. And I would publicly like to extend this apology because it's something that I know it probably, I'm sure, has caused them, you know, heartache, as it's caused me heartache and disappointment. It's just distasteful for something that I would personally never want to be seen in this raw form. As a director, it's what we call when you put down raw footage and you start lining it up to tell a story. And this is what, unfortunately, a predator who was preying on this video footage that happened to get leaked or happened to get, you know, jacked from a website called Vimeo, which directors use to actually share large files of video footage. And this is...
And he's talking about, I didn't want it to be seen in this raw form. Well, why did you do it? It's no way that you can chop it up to make it sound any better. It's no way that you can chop it up to make it look any better. What was said was what was said. So
where this was actually taken from, this is a project that I worked on for over 10 years and I started producing for the last 2 years. Because I actually didn't have all of the elements that I needed in the last year, I put the project down. And that's why it was just sitting dormant on this website for somebody to do what they did. You know, it's something that you needed a couple of different dynamics to actually do. I went to AZ and I sat with him, showed him some of it to see if he'd be interested in participating. Then at first he was, and later he actually declined. So without him, you know, Patricia Porter, I got word that she's something that she would never participate in, which is totally understandable that she would never participate in this video. You know, I actually put the project down for a little while to work on other things that I was doing. But to see something that just in its raw form is very, very disappointing, that I would not want the public to see, the family to see, no one to see. And for that reason right there, I am going to now put out what I would call my cut of a small version to address the outcome of that interview, which is totally taken the wrong way, seen in the wrong light. And you know, it's just not something distasteful that I don't want the world to see in that form. So I will announce, you know, November 24th or November 28th, you will see the rest of this interview and the rest of some of the other interview that I was actually working on. I will no longer put this out in the total form that it was going to come out in. I'm just going to show the director's cut, my cut of what I choose and want to show you guys so that you can see, you know, the outcome of the finished version of this film and of this documentary. Once again, I totally apologize to Patricia Porter, Richard Porter's kids, Richard Porter friends, family, admirers, and anybody else, you know, to AZ and just anybody, you know, that this has affected in the wrong way. You know, I've done a number of documentaries, and I've always made sure in my whole lifetime to never do one distasteful, you know, to nobody. No dollar, none of that matters. This is something I did in a raw form, and it's something I'm always going to do, you know, do it the way it's supposed to be done. It's our culture, it's our history, and it's something that I want to make sure I always tell in the most tastefulest way that I could as a producer and director. In this video, you know, also I would also like to extend an apology to Alpo, because he entrusted me to tell his whole story in an entire form, and his story has very damaging elements to it, but it also has where he's very sorrowful for some of the things that he's done. And I was able to document that. I was able to get that. And I was able to pull that out of him. I was able to talk with him about that. And there were some moments, some private moments that he's expressed some things, some arguing, and he was very frustrated with me about questions that I was asking him and prying into it, and where I even took him.
So he ends it with apologizing to Alpo, how Alpo was mad about the documentary getting out. This is my thing, and this is a question that I would want to ask to both of them. Why do it? Why even document it of y'all having a conversation? Why even have the cameras and everything like this and know what y'all coming for if y'all, number one, not gonna put it out, and number two, gonna be mad when it gets leaked? Now, regardless if it got leaked or not, I want to say that it didn't get leaked. I want to say that this Troy Reed person just put it out for his own personal gain. He was saying things like, this documentary will be coming out, my director's cut. Listen, something that is a true story does not need to be edited. Something that happened in history does not need a director's cut. I understand that you're saying that this is a documentary and you put out this type of content, that type of content, whatever the case is, but it's not really about that. People are not going to be like, oh, that shit was dope, great documentary, because you put your spin on it. A story like this does not need any sparkles, gleams, fancy transitions, nothing like that. It doesn't need anything. The only thing that it really needed was better audio. That's all it needed. You know, I feel like it wasn't leaked, or maybe it was leaked by somebody who associates with Troy Reed, because who is Troy Reed? And I don't mean to say that in a disrespectful way, but I never heard of Shorty. His shit never popped up on my timeline on YouTube, you know? So, I don't know. One thing that it did do is get people to talk about Troy Reed in general, and then talk about Alpo more. I'm not sure if it benefited Alpo. Maybe that's why he was mad. But as far as him being mad at the interviewer, Alpo being mad at Troy Reed, and Troy Reed being upset and sending apologies, y'all didn't have to even document this conversation if y'all didn't want it to get out. Y'all didn't have to even meet up and talk about anything. All of that could have been said over the phone, just like he was talking in jail. So karma because regardless if it was leaked by a person that doesn't know Troy Reed and just wants to exploit the Alpo situation and the murders of Rich and Things, it really doesn't matter. And I do appreciate it being in its raw form, because it shows how biased Troy Reed is. It shows that no matter how much backlash, Alpo still has some people riding for him. And one of them is Troy Reed. I want y'all to get in the comments below. I feel like this apology wasn't good enough. What it translated to me was that Alpo could possibly get in some legal issues because he was talking about the murder of Rich, right? And if that does happen, oh well. It's on him because it came from the horse's mouth. Troy Reed, as a journalist, as a blogger, as a interviewer, you gotta do better. I will say again, Alpo, I want to interview you myself. It's no holding back. It's no being biased. It's no excuses. It's just real conversations, real rap, real life, real content. You feel what I'm saying? So, thank y'all for watching yet another video. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed and you watched this whole video, then you already know what you need to do. Go ahead and subscribe, and I will see y'all in my next video.